We're going into a castle today. This is Allegheny Cemetery. And I'm gonna see if I can find my ancestor that is buried here that I know of. I probably have several. Welcome to Pittsburgh. Incorporated 1844, the second recreational cemetery of its kind. Look at the stonework. So pretty. This is an original gate. The car gate here, unfortunately, someone drunk and confused destroyed. Instead of making the turn where all those cars are making that turn, they went straight, didn't see the fence, and just blasted right through it. You can kind of see the original connection points of the original gate. Yeah, it really busted some things up good when they did that, but that is one of those shit happens kind of moments, I suppose. Let's have a look at some historic landmark. Posted items. So for those of you not familiar with the history of recreational cemeteries, we are the second of its kind, what we're in right now. It includes wooded lots interspersed with the gravestones, a paddle lake, a baseball field, tennis rackets, a greenhouse. Down there is more like the processing buildings. We can have a look maybe a little later. And I might be forgetting some of the other recreational items that are included here. And when you think about the other first place, the actual first recreational cemetery of its type being in Boston area, let's think about what these two areas had in common. Notice the first graves are not down here. Now the river's that way. Sorry, I wasn't leveled for a second. The river's down that way about 3 blocks. Floodplain? Floodplain. All graves are above the floodplain at the time. We have since, on the Allegheny over there, had quite a good lock system installed, and the floodplain is significantly lower than it historically had been. Oh, hi gooses. There go some gooses. Yeah, look at this picnic area. There's, in the summertime, there's all kind of picnic tables right through here. That fountain is going. So, at the time that this was erected and designated as a general populace cemetery, and I really wonder if this is a sample or if their last name is Sample. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that it's the first one you come to and the last name is either Sample or that is actually a Sample headstone with a Sample family plot. I really don't know. Lots of neat mausoleums. This isn't the one that the Mellon family is buried in, but there are some prominent names here. This is also not the one that the Carnegie family is buried in, but there are some prominent names here. This is a location that was designed to make it worthwhile to bury your dead farther away from where you lived. We are, I think, about 6 or 7 miles from the city. In fact, while there's still light, we can go take a look, I suppose. When we go up on that knoll, we will see a true thornless Osage orange tree. If I can remember which one it is, because it's up there for sure. And we will see the city from the top of that knoll. And we're about 6 miles from there. And when you think about the lower class individuals, those without good transportation, the main train line went through here, so that wasn't so bad. But it still was kind of an all-day affair to go visit your dead. And so they wanted you to be able to have time after church to come down and make a day of it. So they made all sorts of fun things to do here in the cemetery. Now, this is pre-Victorian. It's the edge between Gothic and Edwardian. Kind of at the peak of the romanticization of death in American culture. And people would come and picnic at the graves of their loved ones. You know these steps built into the hillsides? Really old stone. That was to keep your Sunday finery from getting all muddied up when you had to walk up into on the sloped edges of the roadways. So that's what we're looking at here. All right. Oh, that's a neat statue thingy. All right, so the city is right. Oh, there's the name McCormick. A lot of familiar names here. Oh, the Grant family. We have Grant Avenue downtown. Oh, it's bricked up. It wouldn't have been originally, but I guess they're done adding people to it, huh? Look at the urn on top of that one. It's leaking copper. That's why it's green. And then we got a lady on top of this one. It's a bit of a hill. So, past this lady statue, the city is right there. So that's good to know, huh? And it would have taken quite a while to get out here. So, I took a screenshot, downloaded, and brought up a map of the cemetery. I feel very lucky that plot 41 is really small. Oof. But I am huffing and puffing, that's for sure. I did bring a really big light. Look at the mausoleum. Some of these are like legit little chapels. Oh, the Osage Orange is this one right here. True thornless. Fun fact, I've taken naps after dark in that field. Don't tell on me. I'm telling on myself. That was in my busing days when sometimes getting home just took too long and I wanted to go downtown afterwards and just needed to rest up. Obviously not in this weather. Oh, look at the Celtic lyre on top of that. It's a little broken, but it's beautiful. This mausoleum really catches the sun nice. Oh, a lot of ice. In the midday and afternoon, those upper windows just glow. J.B. Ford. Oh, well, there you go. And some of these, this is still an active cemetery. It is a secular cemetery. So even though a lot of the graves here are really old, they are interspersed with new, modern, and recent ones. Like this is pretty recent, pretty extravagant. Whew. So, I have actually, this is one of my favorite night walks is coming through here. So, I have walked it a bunch of times, but I didn't realize. So the very first time I was ever in a mausoleum, I was 6 years old, and we were here at the top of the hill, here, and I had nightmares for months over the fact that there were people in drawers. I was so freaked out. There were people in drawers, and I had never seen such a thing. I was ill. Also, there's a lot of wildlife here. You'll see probably some deer creeping and other people and stuff. But it's beautiful and calm, and it's too cold to lurk, so I'm sure it's fine. There's a really big cave in the side of this hillside, though. Oh, my display just went awful. Wonder what that's all about. I hope you can still see okay. I don't think my display likes the cold. See all those gooses? Yeah. So, these are all counterset into the ground. And, oh wow, look at the cankers on that tree. Dang. And I'm gonna actually duck up behind so I don't have to make the big detour. Considering what the display screen's doing, oh, look at these geese trying to find somewhere to sleep at night, and us people making that difficult. See, my detour makes me go that way. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. Just like the deer have been. Look at that. Very cool. All right, let's not walk on anybody. Let's go right like this. And I have to reference my map because plot 41 is probably coming up sooner than I know. All of these little puckers in the ground are probably headstones and footstones. Oh, these are people feet. I will follow the people feet. Sorry, anybody underneath me. I can't really tell where I'm walking. Gooses. There we go. Really, really good deer hooves too. Jeez, hi birds. Yes, we understand. Everything's upsetting, huh? Let me get this map out. Alright. Nope. I got all disoriented again, didn't I? Where'd it go? Here it is. Alright, we're down in here. And we need to get to here. So we're gonna round the corner. Got a little bit of a walk ahead of us. Let's let me see if I can pick up the picture. My screenshot here. Oh, huh, interesting. Here we go. And we're looking for that lady right there. Margaret Barker. Death date 1850. Yep. My family done been here. She was out. She was way out. She was a good 40 miles out. But see, the thing is, this is right on a railway. And the family lot. I don't think that side of the family had one. They were real poor. So, let's see. I'm going to put it in fast mode. We'll keep walking while the sun goes down. Hopefully this is recording. It looks wackadoo. Hang on. Okay, I was a little bit wrong, but not so wrong that it's like a problem. 41 is the lot. The section is 12. 12 is supposed to be up there. So, we're going to take Allegheny Memorial Trail to go up above the cliffs. This whole shaded area is planted with bladdernut. I've been trying to get the seeds started. I should probably check for the seeds when I come back down if I can. Hi, deers. Do you see the deer? The deer are a little bit overly personable down here. They'll let you get pretty dang close. So, this makes more sense though, because I don't know. I think it's older stuff up here. The newest burials are actually beyond that wood off that way. I believe Allegheny Cemetery is 640 acres. So when we went past the Civil War thingamajiggy that I pointed the camera at in fast mode, it mentioned the Arsenal House, which was the biggest civilian casualty event of the U.S. Civil War. And we're only about 10 blocks from that event. Arsenal High School is built on its foundation. This is probably doesn't look like that big a hill, but it's a big hill, okay. All right. So, yeah, Arsenal. Aw. Oh, happy birthday, umbrella. Not umbrella, balloon. What even are words? So yeah, these are in the 90s, 1990s. But yeah, about 10 blocks from here was the Arsenal House. This is a nice overlook. I'ma sit, figure out where I'm trying to go. I think it might be up there. Whew. Oh. And I do think we're like immediately above the caves. And that road leads to the newer plantings. Plantings? Well, I mean, I suppose if you're being planted with a tree, but that's not permitted here. Oh, all right, section 12. Why is it flashing limit reached? I don't know what that means. Does it mean I'm out of SD card or something? All right. So, I was down there. I think I'm right here now. So I need to go the whole way up. Squiggle, squiggle. All right, cool. I'm gonna put you back in fast mode. Just conserve SD card, and besides, it's gonna start to get dark and we're gonna need light soon. Hold up. Alright, it's definitely significantly darker, but look, here we are. Look at this gorgeous view. In the dark. It's probably grainy. I think the ISOs are high enough that you can see, which means the resolution is not going to be that good. But you can actually see the whole way down to the city there. And this is section 12. I don't know where to look. I do remember being 6 and finding it. And look, it's overlooking the paddle pond. This was a recreational pond. Might have to come back in the daytime. But, yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? You got a lake here, really good picnicking spots, old stone benches. There's a bridge across the middle. There are old paintings of people in like those foot paddle boats bopping around on here amidst all the graves. I believe St. Francis would have already been here, which is a different hospital. You can see the whole way down to the city. Which is straight ahead. I wonder if the building that showed the weather and the building that blinked Morse code would have been built at the time that she was buried. But there is a Margaret Barker in here somewhere. My mother, all of her grandmothers, and even great-grandmothers all were named Margaret. We gotta find her. I don't know. I'm gonna start with the older looking and humbler stones, and we'll go up there a little bit. Oh dear. But she might just be a flat stone on the ground too. That would make it a little more difficult. Mother Mary. Another Mary. Matthew something. Yeah. I don't know. Somehow my mom tends to just be able to gravitate. She seems to remember stuff like this. I don't remember where we were. I just remember having nightmares about people in drawers. Oh, that's not even legible. It's got a Freemason on it, though. Annie Oliver Taylor. Next door. But that one's 1878. So we're within range. I don't know. I don't know where to look. So... But this is the plot, and that is really good to know, because we came in down there, down that way, which would have been a lot easier if I had realized that 41 was the plot, not the section. The section is 12, but look at what, for such a poor family, as far as I understand it, look what a beautiful place to be buried. You can see the city. You're right by the pond. It's overlooking the greenhouse down there that you would have been able to just go and walk around. The baseball courts are over there. They're overgrown now, but that's where they are. And the tennis courts are pretty broken down, but they're back there. And in the summer, well, late summer, early fall, most years, there is a Doodah Days festival here, which is a historical festival celebrating the history of the cemetery itself, and it's also a fundraiser for the cemetery for things like fixing up the historical buildings and keeping its historical society going, that helps people out with understanding where their ancestors are and stuff like that. So, and keeps record of like some of the life history of these people in fancy buildings. You know, the life histories that they have better records access to than the commoners. So, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful night. I'm gonna look around here quite a bit, and then I'm gonna head home. But I think we've recorded enough. I think lot 12 is like a circle. The road goes around it. Section 12, and then, oh weird, that one's actually raised up a bit. I have no idea where to start looking for her, and it's dark, so that makes it trickier. I think it's more respectful to be going through the plots when you're literally looking for your ancestors, huh? But how these ones are like, there's like a rocks. Interestingly, the Homewood Cemetery, which is across the city a bit more, oh, they didn't mow as well this year as usual. There's tall grass there. Changed a lot of things because of this. For one, they clear cut the forest, which sucks, and planted what they wanted. For two, they designed it so that mechanized mowing was easier. This is pre-mechanized mowing machinery. And for three, they regulated what kind of headstones and stuff you could have, because they thought people were making really tasteless decisions in this one. Isn't this neat? There's like a stone surround. Oh, there's like an entryway. It's probably all one family. Nifty. Okay, well, there's the city. Joseph Long and Sarah Long. Hello. And Lieutenant Reuben M. Long and William Long. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. See if we can find her. Alright, I'm gonna go now. If I do find her tonight, I'll come back. If I don't, then I'll sign off some other way. Alright. Okay, I didn't find her. I did look all around. But I'm gonna have to come back when there isn't snow on the ground. Now that I know where plot 12 is, I do know that my mom's dad's mom's mom and her extended family in the late 1800s, early 1900s, just 20-30 miles that way. I know that they were a fan of flat set into the ground stones, which are awfully hard to find in winter times. So but look at what a grand view for such a commoner. And right by the lake and right by mausoleums. So yeah, the rich and the poor would have mingled here most assuredly, and that would have been very interesting. So maybe one of these days we'll come back and look for her again. And thank you so much for visiting the family history attempt that is adjacent to the cliffside and an older cemetery like this, and all the old native trees that they didn't cut down even originally. Many of these trees are planted, but many of them are original to this hillside. And the secure keeping of the dead, and the way that this cemetery was designed to keep cemeteries from being flooded all the time. That's what Boston and Pittsburgh has in common. Flooding in the main city areas. So rather than bury your dead in the churchyards in the city, where they might get washed up, this was highly encouraged. So yeah, this is permaculture. I mean, about 10 miles that way there is a tree planting cemetery where you just get planted with a tree and it's all natural and all that. That's really permaculture, but this isn't bad. This isn't anti-permaculture, that's for sure. People care. Alright, thanks for visiting. Thanks so much for being here. And take care. Bye.